Hey, what's up guys, Soldier Knows Best here. This is my recap of the Apple iPad event that just went down today. They unveiled a couple new revisions to a couple of their products, also a whole bunch of new software. So it's going to jump right into it, talk about the first thing, and that is the new Apple TV. Now, it's not an actual TV set itself. It's still the same little black box, just like the previous version, but it now will be able to stream in 1080p HD video alongside 720p as well. And it does have a single core A5 chip inside of it, the processor chip inside of it. So everything should be a little bit smoother as far as navigating the interface. And speaking of interface, and I'm talking a little bit fast, I'm gonna try to slow it down. But to talk about the interface, it does have a brand new look and feel to it. And I think it looks a lot shinier, it looks a lot simpler, it looks a lot more organized. So I don't mind the new interface at all. I think it's a very welcome addition to the Apple TV lineup. And this is going to be keeping the same price point, $99. You can pre-order it right now. It's going to be available on March the 16th. So that is the new Apple TV. Not a lot of new stuff going on with it as far as like gaming or anything like that, but I think it's another solid update to it as long as they kept the same price point. All right, now it's going to move on to the star of the show, and that is the new iPad. And just take note that I did just say iPad, not iPad 3, it's not the iPad HD, it is just the iPad. And Chris Perillo tweeted out that a lot of people that we don't walk around, with MacBook Pro 6, or we don't talk about our iMac 3. This is just the iPad now, so Apple's getting rid of all the other different additions to the name. But what is new with this new iPad? Well, of course, it has the Retina display. That's what everybody's been talking about. So it does have the brand new Retina display, still the 9.7-inch screen. Now it has a resolution of 2048 by 1536 with the PPI, the pixels per inch, at 264. So the little demonstrations and the pictures and things like that they showed in the movies, the screen just looks absolutely gorgeous. It looks amazing. Pictures on there are going to look really good. Text for reading books, all that stuff's going to look good. And especially video is going to look amazing. And applications that are already in the App Store right now will already get that extra bump up to the higher resolution automatically. But of course, developers can go back and tweak things to their liking. And all these standard stock Apple applications will be getting the update to take advantage of the screen as well. Now inside of it though, it does have a dual core A5X processor. Now it's not a quad core processor, it's a dual core processor, but it does have quad core graphics. So the graphic capabilities of this new iPad is going to be amazing. Epic Games came on there, Namco I think came on there and showed off some games, and they looked pretty doggone awesome. So the gaming capabilities are going to be notched up, bumped up a notch here on the new iPad. Now it does have a 5 megapixel camera on the rear. It's going to be able to record in 1080p HD video. It's going to have autofocus, face detection, image stabilization, the same type of image stabilization that you find in the iPhone 4S. It's going to be great. And they showed off some video clips of it, and it looks, again, that looks really spectacular as well. And then also to the front facing camera is going to be the FaceTime camera, still a VGA, so it's really nothing special going on there. And Apple also added another thing to this new iPad that nobody was expecting. I heard no rumors about this at all. I couldn't even believe it when I first saw it. I'm playing. They added 4G LTE. That was all a joke. But yes, they did add 4G LTE via AT&T and Verizon here in the United States. Now, don't worry if you don't have 4G, you'll still be able to surf 3G on these particular models of the iPad. And if you're anywhere in the world, if your carrier supports it, they will be having 4G variants for you as well. Now, they did a speed comparison between 3G and 4G, and of course, the 4G just smoked 3G. So this is going to be a welcome addition to the new iPad. And also, too, you'll be able to now use your iPad as a mobile hotspot if your carrier supports it. Now, talking about the other different colors of the iPad, there's really no other different colors. It's still basically black and white. And now talking about the prices are basically the same thing. Wi-Fi is 16 gigabyte is going to be $499, 32 gigabyte is going to be $599, and 64 gigabyte Wi-Fi only is going to be $699. And then the Wi-Fi plus 4G/3G is going to be $629. For the 16 gigabyte, 32 gigabyte is going to be $729, and the 64 gigabyte is going to be $829. So those are the prices. Now, they did also drop the prices of the iPad 2. Now you'll be able to only get the 16 gigabyte version of the iPad 2, but now that's losing $100. That's going to be dropping from $500 down to $399, and the Wi-Fi 3G version of that is going to be $529. So I do like the fact that it did drop the prices of it, so that's a pretty good deal, a good look for everybody out there. And so you can go ahead and pre-order this iPad right now. I actually cut this video a couple of times because the Apple Store came up. It's just been getting hammered today, but you can pre-order right now if you can get in and either pick it up in the store or have it delivered to your house right now today. So you better go ahead and do it if you want to get it early. And so that's basically all the new features of the iPad hardware-wise. Now, they did talk about some software at the end here for a long time, actually. So the iLife and iWork suites are going to be getting updated. I'm not going to cover every single one of those. You can go to apple.com. A lot of the stuff is kind of boring. But iMovie is going to be getting new trailers, and also, too, going to have a new feature where you can actually plan your, your movie out beforehand and add different things, different scenes that you're going to want to do before you actually take the video and things like that. So new iMovie does look like a solid update. And again, all these updates are going to be free if you already own the application. GarageBand now has a jam session feature, so if you have an iPhone, an iPad, an iPod Touch, and a few friends around, you now can all be playing a different instrument at the same time, and they'll be recording it. So I think that's pretty cool. And the one new application that they showed us today was iPhoto. Now, iPhotos is already a really good way to manage your photos on your Mac desktop. Now they're bringing that over to the iPhone and the iPad as well. And so you can have a browsing through your photos through a nice little thumbnail grid, which looks pretty cool. You can compare multiple pictures side by side to see which one is the best one, which one you want to go with. And now it does have multi-touch editing. So if you want to edit a specific piece of the photo, you can simply tap on it. Then they bring this little grid here to show you different options you have. Then you just slide your finger up and down or left and right, and then it'll go ahead and make that adjustment for you. And you do now have professional effects a la Instagram, where you can easily add a different filter or something like that to a photo to give it a whole new different type of feeling to it. And you now have brushes, which again are going to be part of the editing. You can change different exposure, you can change different, just white balance, all the different stuff you can change on individual parts of the photo or the entire photo itself if you wanted to. And now you do have photo journals, which is a cool way if you have a lot of videos from a vacation or something like that. You'll have like this journal where it'll show you the map and the weather at the time and the different things like that to make it a nice little cool little piece of eye candy there for you for a lot of photos that you have together. And then also too, it does have photo beaming. So if you are working on a photo either on your iPhone or your iPad, and with the tap of a button, you can beam that photo to another device. So if I'm editing a photo on my iPad, I got it done. Now I want to send it to my iPhone so I can carry it around with me no matter where I go. I can press that photo beam button, boom, it'll send it right over there. So that's the new iPhoto. I think that still is going to be $4.99. I think all these new applications are going to be available at the time of this video or sometime today, and that you can download or update. And they also talked about iOS 5.1 very briefly. It's not a whole bunch of new things with it. It's just going to be bringing Siri over to the Japan audience that have the iPhone 4S. So also speaking of Siri, the new iPad does not have Siri at all. It does have voice dictation. So on the keyboard, if you're driving and you want to send out a text message, but you don't want to actually need to start texting, you can hit that little voice button and it'll go ahead and start typing what you're saying to the device itself. Which driving with the iPad just sounds stupid to begin with, but that's what it's there for. You can just talk and it'll go ahead and dictate your text on the screen. And that's going to be coming out today at the time of this video. So guys, that's it. That's everything that came from the event. It wasn't any one more thing. Overall, again, I think it's a very solid update. Again, all those things we already knew that was coming to the iPad, and it just really, cements it as still the #1 tablet out there, especially adding this new Retina display and keeping the price point exactly the same, adding 4G and all that stuff. I think it's a solid update for Apple, but again, nothing totally just surprising that we weren't expecting from this event. So Apple promises that throughout 2012, we're going to see a whole bunch of new products kind of similar to this. So I can't wait to see what else they got up their sleeve. But guys, leave a comment down below about what you think about this Apple event. Are you going to be getting a new iPad? Are you going to be getting a new Apple TV? Or why not? Or why you aren't going to be getting these new things? Anyway, guys, thanks for watching this video. Do remember, I will be going live today at 5 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Eastern, and 3 p.m. Pacific time. I'll put the link down below, and I'll be a live show where you can actually talk to me and come talk to me via your webcam, ask me questions and things like that. I do this every Wednesday. So anyway, guys, I will see you there. And thanks for watching this video, guys, and I will catch you later. Peace.